everyone, this is Josh Valencia from Falling Water Sound, and we are looking at the Empirical Labs Arouser Plugin. Just to give you a quick rundown, you have your normal compressor sort of knobs. So you have your, if you double click on these, you can actually key in what you want, which is nice. You have your in attack, release, out, ratio selection. You have an attack modification, which is really cool. It lets you kind of tweak the transient response of this bad boy. And it lets you kind of tweak with the transient. So if you're playing percussion, you could hear strokes a little better. If you're playing guitar, you could hear kind of picking a little better. On the soft clipping, you have your distortion, saturation, sort of knob thing. It gets really nice and crunchy. It adds lots of pillowy sorts of distortion. You'll hear it here in a little bit. It's very, very musical sounding, very nice, not very harsh at all. Between 9 and more on every knob from here down. Well, except for these, this is like an EQ, but here for the attack mod, 9 and more, there's a lot going on between 9 and more I feel than between 8 and 9, 7 and 8. Same thing goes for soft clipping. Between 9 and more, you're getting insanity. But not that being said, it'll sound good. It's all about how you use it. If we go down here, you have your detector circuit. So you have your high pass filter, which is really nice. It's variable, which is pretty sweet. Then you have your extra 1 band, so you can add a separate band, which is pretty neat. Then you can kind of tweak how the compressor is listening to the content that you're feeding it. And then you could go ahead and blend that in with this knob. Every knob here, if you hold down the command key, has a micro kind of like fine-tuning mode, which is really nice. And in the help button here, they have a description of everything. Even this nice little distressor reference, so if you pause the video and read it, essentially it's saying that the ratios on the distressor are actually higher than those on the arouser. So 6:1 on the distressor is actually 8:1 on the arouser. So if you want to go ahead and mimic settings, that's how you do it. So let's go ahead and listen to this bad boy. It sounds fantastic. Right now we're listening to it on my percussion VCA when we're hearing a tempo shaker, djembe, and a machina loop and some verb into this VCA, and I'll go through how I have arouser set up on each one. Let's go ahead and listen. So what I went for in this particular compressor setting is that I wanted to hear more of the clingy clangies on my tambo. I played this live, and I have a nice tambourine, but when I tracked it, I guess I was holding it too tightly, and I couldn't hear the little mini baby cymbals making their little clicky clacky sound. So I went ahead and used the compressor to accentuate what was there, and it actually sounds pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it again. And it's pretty subtle, but it is so nice that this attack modification, I have this nice compressor, and then boom, I could add another mix element within the same plugin without having to fire up another plugin, without taking up more processor, and I get the job done right here, right now. So let's go ahead and listen to that bus again. Here we're going to listen to the Arouser on a couple electric guitar samples. I just tracked them real quick, and we're going to go ahead and hear this on here. So I just tweaked this a little bit, and I tracked these parts. So let's go ahead and listen to them. You could really hear the transients really nicely when I mess with this attack mod. I'm not really gonna mess with the side chain because I want it all to be compressed, and I just blended it back a little bit. It might be good to kind of bring this back because it might be a little too clicky. Very nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the Arouser here. I'm gonna go into that instance and have it pinned to rivet. So I'm gonna be messing with the blend knob now, and you're gonna just listen to what it's doing. Of course, it is a limiter, so it is limiting the crap out of that tremolo guitar to the point that when I'm at full mix, there's no trem whatsoever, but I could kind of use my blend knob to kind of add more of that in as I'm compressing at the same time, and you can make your trem effect more subtle if you have a guitar with trem baked in. This is a pretty good tool to manipulate that. Even though it's printed onto the track, you can go ahead and manipulate it with that mix knob. It's pretty sweet. So. So what I did there is that I'm using the detector circuit sidechain, this guy, the parametric side, is that I went ahead and put the Q all the way down. I put the boost all the way up, and just like you would do on a normal EQ, I looked for the frequency that was popping the most, and that one would be the one that's being compressed the most in the case of a compressor. So once I found that frequency, I brought in my Q a bit so that it wasn't so pointed, and then I brought that back a hair, just so what that's doing is that the compressor is hearing the harshest frequency, the loudest, therefore it's compressing that one down a bit. Multi-band EQ a little bit. By multi-band, it's 1 plus a high pass filter, whatever. It works to kind of take off some of the harshness. I like it a whole bunch. So there's that, and yeah, that's it for the guitar part. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe, follow on Twitter, Instagram, all those things, and I will have more of these out for you. See ya, bye-bye.